Good evening, everyone. Your neighborhood good Gulf dealer and the Gulf Oil Companies welcome you once again to the Gulf Screen Guild Theater. Tonight you'll hear Errol Flynn, Nan Gray, Jane Wyman, and Alan Hale in Allergic to Ladies, an original screenplay by Eleanor Griffin and William Rankin.
Say, Roger.
Yes, Errol?
I don't think I'm the right type to play the part of Danny Clark, the confidence man, the slick thief.
Well, I'll help you get into the mood, Errol. Steal my watch.
Oh, no, I couldn't do that.
Oh, go ahead. I won't look.
No, Roger. No, I couldn't.
Well, why not?
Well, I've already did.
Oh, well, now that you're in the mood, let's go again, ladies and gentlemen, with Allergic to Ladies, starring Errol Flynn as Danny Clark, Nan Gray as Vivian, Jane Wyman as JoJo, and Alan Hale as Detective Tim Burnett. I'll play the part of Max, Danny's lawyer. Frank Tours gives the downbeat to Oscar Bradley's Gulf Orchestra, and we're off.
The state has proved beyond a shadow of a reasonable doubt that the defendant, Danny Clark, is a menace to the Commonwealth. We have shown how he fleeced this poor, honest gold mining speculator out of $100,000. Society must be protected from Danny Clark, this human vulture, this swindler, this common thief.
Are we going to walk the streets all night?
For $10,000 bail, I got a right to walk the streets. Listen, Max, forget you're my lawyer and give me your honest opinion. Do you think I'll beat this rap?
Well, it looks bad, Danny, unless we can get an angle. The only sure bet is to appeal to the jury's sympathy. Tell me, have you ever done anything good? Well, have you?
Give me a chance, Max. I'm trying to think. What about all them furs aboard JoJo last year?
No, you better leave your girlfriend out of this. I don't think the jury would understand about JoJo. And now, if I could wave a gray-haired mother or a wife and a couple of kids in front of that jury tomorrow, say, we might even get the DA convicted of slander.
And you expect me to get a wife and a couple of kids by tomorrow morning? Max.
Okay. It was only an idea, anyway. Too bad, though. It would have... Say, Danny, look in this photographer's window.
Well, what is it?
Look at the picture of this happy little group.
Oh, say, she's a pretty good-looking girl.
Yeah, two nice-looking kids, too. Now, if you had a family like that, Danny, we'd have a case.
We would, eh?
Yeah, no question about it.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Danny. Now, Danny, put down that brick.
Get away from that window.
Oh, now listen, Danny. Oh, gee, Danny, I didn't mean for you to do that. I was just talking.
Well, stop talking and start running. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, was to protect my innocent wife and trusting little children. Here, look at that picture. See the love and the trust on their dear little faces. Well, perhaps I did wrong, but those little mouths were crying out for food. They needed bread. I know you'll understand, ladies and gentlemen.
Wife and children win freedom for swindler. Extra,
Come in. Oh, hello, Mrs. O'Grady.
I'll be taking my back rent and no more of your fancy stories, Miss Clayton.
Fancy stories? I don't quite understand, Mrs. O'Grady.
I'm talking about all them lies you told me. About you not having any money. And about them two kids being your dead sister's children.
Well, they are.
Then just how do you explain this story in tonight's paper? Is your picture big as life? And the two children, too.
Well, what are you talking about? Why, well, this is our picture, all right, but I don't know this Danny Clark. And I haven't got any money, Mrs. O'Grady.
More lies. Then you can get out. Right now. Baggage, and kids. Merciful heavens. What's that?
Helen, what's the matter?
Bobby hit me on the foot with a hammer.
Oh, Bobby, why did you hit your little sister on the foot with the hammer?
Oh.
Bobby, why doesn't he answer me?
Because I hit him on the head with it.
Oh.
Who I ever heard of such goings-on? You'll pack and get out of my house this minute. You understand? This minute.
Oh. Bobby, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Thank God.
I can take it. Say, Aunt Viv, what was Mrs. O'Grady yelling about?
Oh, this newspaper says a certain Danny Clark, a notorious confidence man, has adopted us for a family. Got him out of jail and us into a spot.
Is Mrs. O'Grady really going to put us out?
I'm afraid so, Helen.
Well, look, this bird who's adopted us. Has he got any dough?
And the newspaper says he stole $100,000.
Say, that ain't hay. Why don't we all move in with him, Aunt Vivian?
Oh, yes, but... Say, wait a minute. I think you've got something there, Bobby. If Danny Clark wants a family, why shouldn't he have one? Come on, darlings. Hurry and wash your faces and pack your things. We're going home to your new father.
Now, look, Jojo, why don't you understand? The whole thing was a gag.
Ain't funny, McClark.
Look, I haven't any wife and I haven't any kids.
No, then who's that woman with them 2 kids whose picture was in the paper?
Well, I don't know. I stole that picture out of a photographer's window. Hey, here's the apartment. Hey, driver, this is it.
Wait a minute. Look who's parked on your front steps.
Huh? Well, if it isn't that tired old detective, Tim Burnett, the poor man's Sherlock Holmes.
Danny, that guy worries me. He's always tailing you. Ever since you printed that phony gold mine stock, he's sworn he'll put you behind bars.
What's he got to kick about? He only bought 20 shares. Come on, get out.
Hello, Danny. Hello, Jojo. I was just passing by.
Yeah, it's the first time I ever saw anybody picket a place without a sign.
Very funny. You know, Danny, it was quite a surprise to find out in court today that you had a wife and 2 kids.
Wasn't it, though?
Yes, where did you say they were?
Oh, didn't I say?
Well, not yet.
Well, they're in Colorado.
Yeah, Houston.
Houston? Colorado?
Oh, Houston's her maiden name. She's visiting her mother in Denver, Colorado. You see, I write to her in care of Houston, Denver, Colorado.
I see. Is she still there?
Why, certainly she's there. She just sent me a telegram. Only got it 10 minutes ago.
Is that so? How long has your wife been away?
God, why don't you stop playing information, please?
Yeah. Look, Tim, Jojo and I have just gone up to the apartment for a drink. Why don't you join us?
Wait a minute, Danny. Don't you know one of the first rules of the force is that we can't take a drink on the job?
Oh, that's so. Well, that's too bad. Sorry, Tim.
Oh, no, as long as you've talked me into it. Maybe I will come up for a minute.
Oh, welcome home, Mr. Clark. Welcome you home.
Thank you, Wonton. Bring some drinks into the library, will you? My special stock.
Mr. Clark.
Yeah? What is it?
She are here, Mr. Clark.
Who are here? I mean, who is here?
We're here, darling. Your wife and children. Surprise?
Well, your mouth is open, Danny.
Come, children. Greet your father in your own little inimitable way. And go ahead now.
Rickety-rack, rickety-rack. Father always wins. Rickety-rack, rickety-rack. Kick him in the shin.
Oh, Danny. Don't make such a fuss about getting kicked in the shin.
Wait a minute, Danny. Didn't you tell me that you received a telegram 10 minutes ago and that your wife was in Colorado when she sent it?
Well, oh, yes, wonderful things, those streamlined buses.
Now, wait a minute, Danny.
Oh, darling, why don't you tell the truth? You didn't want anyone to know I was coming home from Colorado because you didn't want the newspaper men to hound me.
Yeah, sure, that's right. Well, it's very simple, isn't it, darling?
Yes, it is.
Hello, Jojo. I almost forgot you were here.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
This is Mrs. Clark. Darling, I want you to meet Jojo, my secretary.
I wondered why your letters all had one-syllable words. Oh, but come, let's have some refreshments. Helen, what happened?
Bobby threw the goldfish bowl at me.
Come here, Bobby, put down that vase.
She started it with her bow and arrow. She shot me in the vestibule.
Why, that arrow couldn't hurt a fly, son.
Oh, shut up, you big ape.
Why, you... Oh, he's cute, isn't he? Now, son, you mustn't talk that way to your father.
And I always say, spare the rod and spoil the child.
What? You want me to pull a rod on a kid that size? Don't be silly. I'll handle this my own way. Come here, you little rascal. Take that.
Ow, Danny. Ow.
And that, and that.
Please, Danny. Oh, you shouldn't have lost your temper.
Well, he deserved it. Guess I know a thing or two about raising children. I've taught that little rascal a lesson he won't soon forget.
Oh, yeah!
Pick me up, Jojo. Think this thing over.